Hey team, welcome to the Fit2Fat2Fit Experience Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Manning from Fit2Fat2Fit.com.
And I'm your co-host, Lynn Manning from 2fitathome.com.
This podcast, you guys, is brought to you by QuestNutrition.com. We've been good friends with Quest peeps for a long time now, and we've always loved their protein bars, and now they have protein chips and protein powder even. The biggest thing that we liked about them when we first were introduced to Quest was the quality of the product, first and foremost, and then the macronutrients, so low sugar, low net carbs, a lot of natural ingredients, no junk ingredients, and the taste.
I was going to say, I mostly just like that they taste good. They're good.
Lynn, you're going to get to know her really well. She is a foodie, and it has to taste good, otherwise she's not going to eat it. Well, Quest, we fell in love instantly with their bars because they tasted like they were a dessert. They were out of this world. Compared to all the competition, they were night and day. The taste was that amazing.
That chocolate chip cookie dough hits your lips.
Yes.
Man.
Chocolate chip cookie dough is good, but I do have to say coconut cashew is my favorite. For some reason, I love anything coconut, and they use real coconut and no artificial coconut flavoring. It's delicious, and so we're big fans of them. So check them out at questnutrition.com. We're really grateful for them sponsoring our podcast. And we're grateful to be doing this podcast and to be able to speak to you guys through this avenue, and we appreciate your guys' support. For those of you who don't know who we are, most people actually don't know me by Drew Manning. Most people have heard of the Fit2Fat2Fit guy. This guy, this personal trainer who got fat on purpose, been all over the news. Basically, in a nutshell, I am a New York Times bestselling author. I wrote a book called Fit2Fat2Fit, which is based off of my experience where for 6 months, I completely let myself go, you guys. I've been in shape my entire life. Grew up in a family of 11 brothers and sisters, and I never knew what it was like to be overweight. So I decided to let myself go for the first time, 6 months, no exercise, an unrestricted diet. Ate a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, macaroni and cheese, Mountain Dew, white bread, white pasta, juices, granola bars, those kinds of foods, typical highly processed American foods. Ended up gaining 75 pounds in 6 months, went from 8.5% body fat to 32% body fat. It was crazy, got a lot of media attention, and then I lost the weight again in the next 6 months. So it was a year-long journey, and that's where most people know me from, is from my website and my crazy journey, Fit2Fat2Fit.com, and my New York Times bestselling book, Fit2Fat2Fit. My wife, Lynn, who you guys are going to get to know really well, I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm going to keep it short. I don't want to scare people with too much information right off the bat. So we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves today, actually, and that's what the whole purpose of this first episode is about. Really, really briefly about me. I have a website. It's 2fitathome.com. That's the number 2fitathome.com. I'm a women's fitness specialist certified through NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. I specifically only work with women. You'll learn a little bit more maybe about why that is I know it's one of the questions that was listed here that people wanted to know about me. I'm a mother of two, and I am a foodie, which Drew mentioned a little bit earlier. I grew up in a family that loves food, and for me, I live by the motto, it's not nutritious if it doesn't get eaten. And
Tell them about how you guys ate pie for breakfast growing up.
I did grow up where, we might eat pie for breakfast along with other delicious desserts. I mean, if you saw how my family ate growing up, it may be how you ate growing up. So it's pretty good. But
so you guys will get a good balance of me. I am more of the health nut, but with a unique perspective from my Fit2Fat2Fit experience. And Lynn, who's a foodie. She's not your typical women's fitness fanatic. Anyways.
I would just say I'm normal. And in the fitness world, it's hard to find us.
Exactly. Okay, you guys. So for this episode, we just want you guys to get to know us a little bit better, like Lynn said. And so what we did is we actually polled our followers and asked them what were the questions that they wanted to ask us or they wanted us to answer. And we were going to answer just 2 of the top questions for each of us. So
we chose the questions that we really felt would kind of bring to light the basics for us. And we really feel like you'll get to know us a lot better as the episodes go on. But the main question, of course, for Drew, kind of going into his Fit2Fat experience is, why did you do it and what did you learn?
Why I did it. That's probably the number one question I get asked all the time. So there were 3 main reasons. One was because I felt like I needed to gain a better understanding of what it was like to be overweight for the first time in my life because I never knew any different. And so I felt like whatever reason, the idea of getting fat on purpose, you guys, made sense in my mind. Like it felt like something I needed to do. This was like a calling that I needed to do in my life to gain this better understanding. The second reason was because I wanted to inspire people in a totally backwards sort of way, totally unique way to inspire people. And I figured, hey, this just might work. And it did, by the way. It did inspire people to embrace a healthier lifestyle change despite its craziness. The third reason was because I wanted to show people just how unhealthy the typical American diet really is. And, we've all seen Super Size Me. Morgan Spurlock, who ate McDonald's for 30 days straight, almost died, right? I think most people know that fast food is unhealthy for us, but I wanted to focus on everyday foods that maybe a lot of us don't think are that unhealthy for us. Things like, white bread or white pasta or juices or granola bars or even some salads or smoothies, those kinds of things. Yeah, I did have a lot of sugary cereal and soda, but those are the types of foods that I focused on. Now, getting into what I learned, you guys, first and foremost.
That could probably be a whole episode of itself.
Yes, this could be a whole episode in and of itself. But basically, in a nutshell, this was a very humbling process. It was way harder than I ever imagined. The biggest thing I learned, or the biggest thing I took away, was that how much of this journey for me was mental and emotional. And then that led to me realizing how much of transformation for other people is mental and emotional. Whereas before, all I focused on as a trainer was, the physical side of weight loss. And I couldn't connect with people on that mental and emotional level because I had never been there before. And that's what I struggled with. And that's why there was such a disconnect between me and my clients, was because I couldn't understand why it was so hard for them just to stop drinking soda or just to stop eating the junk food. For me, it was so easy. Look, you just don't eat that food. You go to the gym. How hard could it be? Until I did this journey and saw how powerful the emotional connection to food really is. And so it was a truly eye-opening experience. I have zero regrets because at the end of the day, I'm a better man because of what I did, and I'm a better trainer and can better relate to people, and people can better relate to me. People used to tell me, you were just another trainer with a six-pack, and it was very unrelatable to the majority of Americans. And now I had so many people telling me, we felt like we could relate to you better because you kind of came to the dark side, if you will, for a little bit. And my eyes were open, let's just say that. Okay, so did I answer your question? That was kind of long-winded. Lynn fell asleep over here, I think.
No,
because she's heard me tell that like 100 times.
Okay, maybe I did fall asleep a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so a question for Lynn now. And this is funny. Why did you let Drew do his Fit2Fat2Fit journey? Like, seriously, what's wrong with you? Why would you let me do this?
I really enjoyed this question when I read it because, it was obviously posed by either a very, very, very intelligent man or a woman because, let's be honest,
most likely a woman.
But it is like, just the way it's phrased, like, why did you let him? We know that it had to pass the wife test. So I just love that.
Touche.
I love that. But no, but seriously, he did obviously come up and ask me. He shared, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. First of all, I thought it was crazy. Like he would ever do that. Okay. He was obsessed with working out. But to be honest, my first thought was, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. This sounds amazing. I love food, and good food is never in this house because Drew won't let donuts even cross over the threshold of our door. So, the joking part of me always tells people, I'm like, I was pregnant. This was like perfect timing for me. But the truth is, aside from that, and that is actually a small component of why I let him do it, because I really was excited for the good food myself. The other part of me, on a really serious level was I felt it would be good for him. It was hard for me, like Drew said. I grew up in a family of foodies. I did grow up sometimes eating pie for breakfast, and we definitely weren't the most nutritious family. For us, food is a love language, and it still is today. It's hard for me a lot of times if somebody's having a good day or a bad day. A lot of times the first thing I think of is getting them their favorite treat. For me, it's just like a comfort thing. So it was hard to be married to somebody who was so strict in their eating habits and so obsessed with health and wellness. I felt it was unhealthy almost to the point where he was so obsessed. And, I like to joke around and tell this funny story, and he hates it, but I knew he was like literally in the worst way possible when we're watching a movie with friends, we're all eating popcorn, and they so nicely bring him a bowl of carrots. Like, we know you don't eat popcorn, but here's some carrots. And he just looks at the bowl and he's like, don't really eat carrots because they're a high starch vegetable. And I literally think in that moment, my face turned bright red. And I just thought, I don't really know this man. I mean, I don't.
Everybody knows that carrots are, a little bit starchy. And when you're trying to get a six pack, just kidding, guys.
Yeah. No,
that's how
eats
bad
carrots
it was.
now. See, but this is how bad he was. And so for me, it was twofold. Yes, I was pregnant. Yes, I did want to eat some of those foods in the house. But really, I really wanted him to have that experience. I thought if he really could do it, if he could kind of see what it's like to emotionally eat, if he could see what it's like to crave those types of foods like I've experienced, that he might have a better understanding and relate more to his clients. So,
did my big belly ever bother you?
No, but your personality, while you had your big belly and you were whining all the time, bugged me. Or remember that time you asked me to rub lotion on your belly?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Nope, didn't happen.
Are we not supposed to talk about that?
That's a little bit too personal. Just kidding. I did ask you one time. Okay.
20 times.
Okay, now it's your turn. Ask a question to me.
All right. So then the other question that a lot of people asked was, how do you train people differently? So now that you went through this experience, you say that you're a changed person, what's really changed, especially in your training methods?
Here's the thing. You could give somebody the best meal plans, the best trainer, the best workouts ever, and none of that would matter if the person didn't understand how to overcome their mental and emotional challenges. For me, before, as a trainer, I could only relate to people on that physical level. Look, exercise more, eat less. How hard is it? I would focus so much more on the physical aspect of weight loss, so meal plans and workouts and those kinds of things, which are important. Don't get me wrong. We still need to exercise and eat healthy, but that's not the key to successfully transforming, because the journey is so much more mental and emotional. So now as a trainer, you guys, I focus so much more on that mental and emotional side. And that's kind of what my book goes into, is the mental and emotional side of weight loss. You could find meal plans and workouts almost anywhere. You could get a trainer anywhere, but that's not the key. I think most people know, oh, yes, I do need to eat healthy and I do need to exercise. That's not the thing that people struggle with, is the knowledge of that. It's more so things like, having a support system or being accountable to somebody, or how do you overcome cravings when you have a stressful day, or what do you do when you're by yourself and, someone brings over a plate of cookies? Those kinds of things are the types of things that I focus on now as a trainer. So I help people find a support group, because no matter who you are, you're going to struggle with motivation along your journey. You have to have somebody to be accountable to. And so now what I do as a trainer is, yes, I do provide people with meal plans and workouts, but the majority of my time is focused on helping them overcome their mental and emotional challenges, they're different for each person. And so to answer that question in a nutshell is I focus so much more on the mental and emotional side, because now I understand that side of it. Whereas before, I couldn't relate to people. And so that's the way I focus now as a trainer, is that empathy side of helping people overcome their mental and emotional challenges. Because now I can finally say, look, I know where you're coming from. I know how bad it sucks to stop eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch and stop drinking Mountain Dew, because I finally went through that and was humbled and saw it from the other side.
He's a much better trainer. I can actually admit that firsthand, seeing him with clients. He's a lot more patient. He's a lot more understanding. And he learned some additional tips and tricks that really help with cravings and emotional eating and things like that. So.
And one other thing, you guys, I don't pretend to know exactly what it's like. I don't want you guys to think, oh yeah, now Drew thinks he knows what it's like because he was overweight for 6 months. Look, I don't even pretend to know exactly what it's like. All I know is, for me, I can say I have a better understanding. So I don't want you guys to think that, oh yeah, so you think you know what it's like. No, I don't know what it's like to be.
It's basically like he semi knows what it's like to be pregnant. That's
there you go. There you go. Kind of like those men that do.
I went through 9 months of it, and it was awful.
Have you ever seen those men that strap on those devices where it puts them through a pregnancy, the type of pains that are somewhat similar? Have you seen those?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have a baby or anything. I don't want to get too much into that. I'm just saying it was a short-lived process, just like pregnancy, except I had a real baby and you had a food baby. But,
okay.
I mean,
Okay, moving on, you guys. Last question for Lynn, which was submitted. Why do you specifically work with women, and what's your biggest tip you give to your female clients? So, in other words, why do you hate men so much that you don't help them? You only want to help women as a women's fitness specialist.
I don't help men. I don't do it. That's actually a funny question. I'm not a hater. I don't hate men, but I do love women. Okay. It's just different. And I think I think the women out there listening can understand this a little bit. The truth is I think I was always a little bit bitter towards how men were physically, for a couple of reasons. One, it seems like men could just think, I want to lose weight, and then they instantly lose weight, versus a woman that works her off trying to lose weight, and it's a hard, long process. Put a husband and wife on the same program, the husband loses like twice as much weight in half the amount of time. So for me, I feel like there's a little bit of a sensitive spot for that. And also, just how women are treated in society because of weight. I feel like even for myself that I always felt there's a double standard. If a guy's big, a lot of times his friends are patting him on the back. You're just husky, you're a football player, big boned, but people don't say that to women. We live in this society where I feel like, women have to wear makeup and do their hair and be a size 6. And if not, then, they're judged or they're scrutinized. People don't go up to a woman and complimentary wise say, oh, you're just big boned, And my heart would always go out because of that, and I myself had been, several sizes bigger than I am now. And I just remember during different stages of my life feeling really insecure about my body. And so for me, when I decided to kind of dive into the health and wellness industry, which seems very unlike me since I am a foodie and I'm not this huge fitness enthusiast, it was really more to help women. It was really more to connect with them and try to see what I could do to help women to love themselves more, not necessarily lose weight, just to become healthier and love themselves more. And I felt like weight loss would be a byproduct of living that healthier lifestyle. And so I became certified as a women's fitness specialist. One of the parts I loved was in my education, actually realizing, understanding why physiologically it is harder for women to lose weight. So that's something I talk about. I'd say as far as like my biggest tip for women, it would be, talking a little bit about the science of why it is harder for us to lose weight, reducing that all or nothing mentality, letting them know it's not always going to be easy and you don't always have to be perfect, that doing a little bit at a time over time is still going to give you amazing success, and to focus on loving yourself the entire process, no matter where you're at, because you'll see more results and you'll be happier along the way. I know people that are size 2 or 4 that are not happy. So let's focus on being happy and loving yourself first, and everything else will kind of take care of itself.
Exactly. And just to kind of follow that up, and I really appreciate what she does for women, because in my opinion, it is harder. Society is harder on women. But getting back to the whole idea around, why we're doing this podcast, it's, my whole philosophy and our philosophy, it's, our goal isn't to help people lose weight or get a 6-pack, because just because you're skinny or just because you're losing weight doesn't necessarily mean that you're becoming healthier. Our main goal is to get people to focus on medical health first, and then have weight loss or 6-pack be a byproduct of living that healthy lifestyle over time. There's a bunch of 60-day, 90-day programs out there, but our goal is to get people to embrace a healthier lifestyle over time, and we want people to have their health first. And that's one of the things you'll hear from us on this podcast as we bring on a lot of great guests, you guys. So basically, what we want to do with this podcast is to bring on some very, very interesting individuals, not only in the fitness industry, but many different industries. You guys are going to hear from a lot of people, celebrities and people in the TV industry, specifically reality TV industry, that we have connections with. And you're going to get to know these people on a very personal level and bring out the things that are relatable to you and applicable to you that will help you better your life physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually even. And so you're really going to love the people that we're going to have on the show. The majority of this will be interview based, but we will do a few episodes where we do provide free content for you guys. And we would love to hear your guys' ideas of things or topics you guys want us to cover.
Yeah, because you guys, knowledge is everything. We really want to help you reach your health and wellness goals. We really want to help you become healthy, love yourself, reach those fitness goals that you've been working towards. And through these episodes, whether it's when we're interviewing someone or we're talking about maybe a diet trend or we're talking about any type of health or wellness topic that we think could be applicable to you, it's all under the foundation of helping you achieve those goals and learn more so you can find what works for you. Because I'll tell you right now, there is not one program that works for everyone. There's not one diet that works for everyone. And so until you know all the science and facts and you try some different things out and you hear more about what maybe could work for you versus someone else, it becomes harder. So that's what we're here for. We're here to make it easier, hopefully a little entertaining and enjoyable on the way too. And yeah, definitely let us know the topics you want us to discuss, the people you'd like us to interview. We're here for you to help you grow.
Okay, before we close, you guys, we want to tell you guys about a few things that are coming up that are big. I can't talk about a lot of the details of this one specific thing, but I can let you guys know that there is a TV show that's going to be happening. It will be on A&E Network. It'll be happening in January. And that's pretty much all that I can tell you. It's a guaranteed thing.
It's amazing.
It's going to be so cool. It's going to be
It's
so
really cool.
New, unique. There's no other TV show like it. It's going to be awesome. Yes, I am involved with it. I do have a role on the show. And no, it's not Survivor or anything crazy or Dating Naked or these weird Naked and Afraid shows. But it will be very, very interesting.
Naked and exercising. No, it's not. It's really not. It's not.
No, we're not ready for that yet. Okay.
Oh my gosh,
so
no one's ever ready for that.
Stay in touch, you guys, and you will be able to hear more details about it as we move closer to January of 2016. The next thing, you guys, is $workoutclub.com. That is launching actually this month. A really cool, unique project that we're working on with Natalie Hodson.
Who we'll totally have to have on the show.
Yes, we will have her on the show, you guys. If you don't know her, follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. She has a very large following, mostly women. But anyways, we teamed up with her to launch this $workoutclub.com. You can actually go there now and sign up. It's the pre-launch right now. It's the pre-launch phase, but we will be launching that in late September. Basically what it is in a nutshell is we are delivering 5 at-home workout videos with us 3 demonstrating the workout videos or doing the whole workouts with you, 5 healthy, easy, quick recipes, and 5 motivational, instructional videos each week. So 15 videos, all delivered for $1 per week.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
Super affordable. Similar to the Dollar Shave Club mentality, same kind of thing, same kind of approach.
Because you're not paying shipping and handling.
Exactly. No shipping and handling. It's just $1 a week, 5 new workout videos, 5 recipe videos, and 5 motivational videos. Check it out right now, $workoutclub.com, launching this month. And that's it, you guys. That's our first podcast. Not too scary, not too crazy, right? We really appreciate it. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And if you guys did, then please subscribe to us on iTunes and please leave a review. We read all of those and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, leave your comments. We're going to respond back to everybody. And like Drew said, make sure that you subscribe to our iTunes because we have some really amazing podcasts that are coming up. Just even next week, we're launching one that you will not want to miss. Mm-hmm. And go ahead and sign up for our newsletters if you'd like at Fit2Fat2Fit.com or 2fitathome.com. And you can follow us on our social media outlets. All of Drew's are at Fit2Fat2Fit and all of mine are at 2Fit at Home. The number 2 is always the number 2, just so you know. So we're way excited to hopefully bring you guys some great content, and we will talk to you guys soon.
Aloha. See you guys next time.